Are worried ahead of schools reopening, especially with the second wave seeing a higher infection rate in the country. Over 1,600 educators have died after contracting COVID-19. Let's get reaction from Teachers Union Natu. I'm joined by their General Secretary, Cynthia Barnes. Cynthia, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. We know the President's speaking tonight. There are some reports that he might announce something regarding schools reopening, but of course no official confirmation on that. Are you satisfied that schools can reopen on the 27th?
Actually, good afternoon. Actually, the National Teachers Union is not really happy that the schools are opening or soon, because if you look back, maybe in 2020, there were some negotiables that were put forward that they should be followed, but only to find that some of them were not followed. For example, the schools were supposed to be having the PPEs, and if you look at those PPEs, the quality and the quantity, it wasn't up to the standard. So the teachers and the learners suffered. And again, when you look at the sanitation and water that was supposed to be supplied to schools, you only find that the sanitation, the toilets that were there, they were retrieved after 3 weeks that they were sent in, because most of the providers said the department did not pay. So most of the schools don't have even those facilities that don't have the toilets. For example, we also look at the social distancing. The social distancing will never ever be adhered to, because the schools are clustered. The Department of Education was supposed to send the mobile classes to schools, but that it's not done. And if it was done in some other schools, but those classrooms are being retrieved, they're being taken away. So that is a problem that we are faced with, because we do understand that department always say that they don't have money. So are they going to be having money now? Because they need to go back and look at all the hiccups that they had in 2020. And now there's nothing that they've said. And at the same time, there's no plan that the DBE as well as the PDEs have given to us as the union to say these are the plans, this is how we are going to do it. For example, they were also supposed to put in the substitute as well as the temporary teachers. That did not happen, because we do have teachers with comorbidities. Remember, this is level 3 now. Teachers with comorbidities are supposed to be at home. And then what is going to happen? There's no plan that has been issued to us. So we don't know what is going to take place. Even the teachers themselves, they're phoning and asking us what is going to take place. We don't know whether we are still going to be using the very same agreement, collective agreement 1 of 2020. So the department doesn't have a plan at hand. And another thing, we do understand that the curriculum needs to be implemented. And there was this cutting of the curriculum. The teachers are not orientated, and we don't know when that is going to happen. So as everything is unfolding in this situation, that on its own, it shows that the department is not yet ready. Even the schools are not yet ready to open. For example, the learners have visited various places. They are coming back with the very same virus. They are going to infect the teachers that are there. Imagine, more than 1,700 teachers have passed on. What is the plan of the Department of Education? How are they going to employ teachers? Because they're supposed to tell us, this is the plan that we have done. That means the learners will be going to school just to sit there and look at the few teachers that are there.
Have you raised your concerns with the department?
The system is not a Yes, we have. But the thing is, they keep on saying, no, this is going to be okay. The thing is, they are not giving us, because we need something that is written in black and white to say, this is the plan that we have made, and this is how we are going to handle everything. But nothing has come to us. The only thing is that whenever we speak about the schooling system as well as the things that were done before, they're not giving us what they have planned. As I'm saying, the substitute, they made their own tactics of not employing teachers, and learners went to school with no teachers there. It seems as if now the schools themselves are like that the teachers must turn to be babysitters, where they're just sitting with the learners there at school without having the educated teachers that are supposed to teach. We do not send learners to school just to visit the school, but the teachers, the learners need to be taught in a very appropriate way so that they can achieve what is needed to be achieved by them.
Yeah, so what's your next move then? Because you've clearly raised these concerns with the department, as you say, but they're still adamant that schools should open on the 27th. In fact, the Basic Education Minister's spokesperson made that statement today. So what else can you do to raise these concerns? Will you consider legal action?
Not yet at the present moment, but the thing is we're still going to negotiate with the department. The department must see to it that all the non-negotiables are in place and the schools are safe for all the teachers as well as the learners. We do understand that the virus now is even more dangerous. So if they did not have what they were supposed to be put in place now, what is going to happen thereafter?
Yeah.
Because these schools also need, some of the schools during the first lockdown, they were not even disinfected. They were not cleaned properly. Do they have money now to give to the schools to be able to clean those schools there? Do they have money now to buy the PPEs that are of quality, as well as sending the sanitation, like putting water as well as the toilets? Because those toilets are no more there. Did they go about doing their own introspecting to do the research and find out which schools they don't have the toilet? We have the schools. We've got the names of schools, but we are not going to work for the department. It is the department that needs to go out there and check whether all the schools do have the toilets.
Yeah. So let's move on to the marking process, Cynthia. Of course, the department holding a media briefing today saying that things are going relatively smoothly. 95% of markers have shown up. What are you hearing about the situation?
Well, we did have a meeting with the DBE whereby they told us the very same thing. But our concern is that most of the teachers are being infected, and most of the teachers are not adhering to the COVID-19 regulation. For example, we're looking at the social distancing. Teachers are complaining that there's no social distancing. In some centers, you find that teachers are packed in one, in one room where they had to sleep together. Just imagine those rooms are closed in the night. The windows, there's no air that is coming in, and those teachers are packed. For example, we go back and look at some of the centers where the teachers had to sleep in the course because there was no accommodation. They were only transported the following day to an alternative accommodation. So that on its own is to show that the department was not prepared, because you can't tell me if the center needs, a center is supposed to accommodate a certain number of teachers, then what made them not to be able to accommodate them appropriately? And another thing we are finding that there are teachers, for example, there's a teacher that passed on, and we are told that Eastern Cape it was a mandatory for the Eastern Cape centers for all the educators that got there to be tested. Why did the department did not say this is the way we should take before the teachers get into the marking centers? So there's so many teachers that are being infected, as well as the other one that passed on. The department was supposed to put in place to say that, okay, in our policy, we are going to test the teachers as they come in, or if they are failing to do so, to say, okay, bring us your test that you have received from the doctor that you are negative.
Yeah. You know, listening to everything you're saying, Cynthia, it sounds that you are at loggerheads with the department. So why will you not take this a step further to ensure the safety of teachers and pupils?
The thing is, we cannot fight. National Teachers Union doesn't fight as soon as they hear something. But the only thing is, we are prepared to sit down with the Department of Education.
No, but you say you've been talking and fighting about these same issues, or arguing over the same issues, lack of PPE, since last year. So it's been a couple of months. You're going into the new year with the same concerns.
Yes. So therefore, we are going to wait and see whether we are going to go around to check whether the department has provided what we wanted. If it's not the case, then the teachers can't go to school, because that means we are putting their health at risk and they are not safe at all. We can never do that. We can't put the teachers' life at risk, because we are finding out that there are so many people that have died, so many teachers that have died. Then how many more do we want?
All right, we're going to leave it right there. Thank you for your time. Natu's General Secretary, Cynthia Barnes.